Friends, Diana here. I'm titling this video, What I Didn't Know, I Didn't Know. And the reason I'm doing this video is that it has come to my attention that very often we just don't know what we don't know. And that's why we have trouble growing our businesses. And so I want to share with you my own story. And, as you perhaps know, I've been an entrepreneur for more than 35 years. I have grown lots and lots and lots of businesses and made them quite successful. But when I started my coaching business, I didn't know what a real successful coaching business was supposed to look like. I thought it was just like every other business. And I was stuck. I was stuck at a level income level, and I couldn't seem to move past it. Anyway, after some research, I decided that I needed to hire a coach who had a successful coaching business, but also who knew how to grow a coaching business. And after investing substantial amounts of money and time, but having it pay off very quickly, I realized that I didn't know what I didn't know. And so I want to share with you, I'm going to call them the 5 S's of what I didn't know. So, and this is how I currently work with clients because it has given me a system to help clients grow their business. So, the first thing I didn't know was that there are several stages of business growth. And unless you are building your business in sort of blocks, like Lego blocks or like building blocks or like putting the foundation in place first, your business will not grow. And so when I work with clients, we actually have a list for their stage of business growth of the tasks that they must work on in order to move to the next stage, because it is like a building block. You've got to get certain things in place. What I've noticed is that there are so many entrepreneurs that are just grabbing things out of the air and working on these things, but it's not appropriate for their stage of business growth. So I'll give you an example. And if you want to learn more about these stages of business growth, I have some videos, and you might remember my grow meter. Okay. So an example of not working on those things that are appropriate for your stage of business growth was a few years ago. I met this lady at a networking event, and she was telling me how she had written this book and it had become a bestseller. And I was really very curious. And I thought, oh my goodness, she must be so successful. Actually, what happened was we had coffee a little while later, and she told me that she had written this book. She had invested lots and lots of time, like hours and hours and hours, probably a whole year, tens of thousands of dollars. And it was published. But what she found was that she had no structure in place for capture. She had no email list to sell this book to. She had no foundation for capturing emails. She had no structure in place or no systems in place for what was she going to sell to these people. So she was doing the wrong activity at her stage of business growth. Okay. Number 1. So that's the stage. Skills. What skills do we need to learn to take our business to the next level and to be able to grow? Well, there are lots of skills as a business owner that we need to learn. We need to learn about looking at our finances. We need to learn about making sure that we have cash flow. We need to learn to make sure that we know how to network. There are lots of skills. You're already an expert. I teach you the skills, the business skills that you need to grow your business. So when I'm working with a client, one of the first things we do is we identify what skills might be lacking and what needs to be prioritized, right? Okay. The third, systems. Being a business owner can mean that you work as many hours as you want to work, which is lots. But when you have systems in place, when you can create a system that works, then you learn how to rinse and repeat it, and you know how to put systems in place so that you save yourself time. Time is your most precious asset. And I know for most of you, you don't want to be working hours and hours and hours for this little pay, right? So lots of hours, little pay. You want to reverse that, right? You want to, that's what we want to do. So systems, we need to put in place systems in our business. There are all kinds of systems that you, as the expert in whatever you do, may not see the system that you need for creating growth in your business. That's my job, the coach's job, right? And that's what I didn't know. Structure. Structure. How do you structure your offerings? How do you price your offerings? How do you, create that irresistible offer that you can easily sell to those clients that you have? What is that offer that they truly want? So structure. You need to know how to structure your offers to minimize that cash flow roller coaster. Because I know especially for service-based entrepreneurs, the cash flow roller coaster is a huge, huge issue. Okay. And then I couldn't figure out what the fifth was and how to exactly say it. So I called it a coach sees. A coach sees opportunities that you don't see. And why is that? And when the coach that I hired, she could see things that I was doing that I could let go, and I could emphasize some of these other activities that I was doing, right? She could see those things because she was not emotionally attached to them. She was very objective, and she had more experience than I did, right? The other thing that a coach sees your potential where you perhaps don't see it. It is one of our biggest things. And so the coach that I hired saw that my potential in my events that I was holding was to have more of me time. Okay. And so she helped me correct a structure and a system that I was currently using. She helped me make tweaks to that so that my next event, I doubled my income from it. I doubled my income. Okay. The other thing a coach helps you see or helps you stop, perhaps, is the self-doubt. All of us as business owners, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Well, I'm not good enough to charge that. I'm not good enough, whatever the self-doubt is that you have, a coach will help you through that. And I have worked with all kinds of business owners. I've lawyers, solopreneurs, multi-million-dollar businesses, tons of people who are in the coaching and self-development field, whether they are just starting out or whether they are already established business owners. I come from a background of retail. So knowing, it's all about revenue generating. So one of my clients sent me an email the other night. Should I hire this person? Should I hire that? And all I did was ask her a question about what is the potential revenue generation from these particular hires that she was considering. And she went, oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's the role of a coach. And that's why hiring someone one-to-one is amazing. But it's also why hiring a coach, how can I say this, in little bits and drabs is not efficient. I've always said that hiring a coach, a business coach like myself, a marketing strategist like myself, is that it's a process. The growth of your business is a process, right? The entrepreneur's GPS. I take you from where you are in your business to where you want to go. It's not something that can be solved one time. You don't lose 20 pounds by eating one salad. So I hope these 5 S's have helped you perhaps understand, you know, and what I didn't know, what I didn't know when I was trying to grow my coaching business. And 35 years ago, if there had been a retail coach when I started my retail store, yes, I would have invested in that because it would get me to the results that I want so much faster. So I hope this gives you some food for thought. And if you have some more questions, please reach out to me. But I know that you, as the expert in your business, I know you want more income, more influence, more impact. You want to make a difference in the world. That's what I want to help you do. Take care. Bye for now.